This morning at about 8:15, the state police came to our home here at Strong City and arrested my father, Wayne Bent, who is also known as Michael Trevesser. They served an arrest warrant alleging 3 counts of sexual contact with minors and 3 counts of contributing to the delinquency of minors. These charges are false. The events contained within those allegations did not occur here. A lot's been made of the stories about Michael Trevesser and his naked virgins, but we've published all the information on our website and what those events were all about. They were not events of a sexual nature. Some young ladies did come and ask to lie naked on his bed. He'd touch their sternum, he'd put his hand over their heart and heal them. That's what the nature of those events were. They weren't sexual at all. I have been told by a friend who studied the affidavit supporting the arrest warrant that there were some very false and deceptive claims being made by a person against Michael Trevesser regarding events that never occurred. And so this entire case against my father is a fabrication. It's based upon somebody not telling the truth. And furthermore, I'd like to just say one thing further to those that have objections over this, and that is there's a lot of judging going on right now about my father's motives. But one of the aspects of this entire parable that's been played out here in Strong City is that these shocking events have revealed character in those who have passed judgment against it. They have revealed the truth about their own hearts. And that's what I believe the purpose is behind these events, and that is that God has brought judgment against people who are passing judgment against Him. People are exposing who they really are deep down. If they think my father is a child molester or a child abuser, that's who they are, because they are judging his motives. And his motives aren't to abuse or to gain any type of personal gratification. His motives are to help and to heal. And that is what he's in jail for right now, is because he tried to help somebody. He tried to heal somebody's heart who asked him to, and who insisted that it happen in the way that it did. He was merely following the person's request and God's instructions to him for them. And that's what he's in jail for now. It's been asked where we are going to go from here. With my father in jail, what will the cult do? Well, the spirit Michael resides in more than just one person here. He's resided within my father, and he resides in all of us also. He's the spirit we're following. We're not following a man's body. So we're going to continue on following our instructions from heaven just as we've done so far. And we are in a state of expectancy and very earnest purpose to see that God's purposes are all fulfilled in these events. We've overlaid the crucifixion of Jesus with our own events here. Jesus was arrested based on false charges. He was convicted on false testimony. He was executed for something he didn't do. And this same thing is being played out again with Michael Trevesser. There is a betrayer who has made a false charge against him of something he didn't do. And we are seeing him in prison, incarcerated for something that he did not do. And so we are seeing this as part of God's purposes. He is unfolding this to us, and we're moving forward as these purposes unfold. The question has been asked, do we have the funds to bail him out? We are not going to touch this event in terms of trying to get the funds together to bail him out, or to hire a lawyer, or to go through the legal shenanigans of the court system. God ordained the events that have occurred here. They came from Him. I have no question about it. And so God's son is in prison right now. He's in jail in Clayton. And God is aware of that. God made it happen, and God's going to use that for his own purposes. We're not going to try to spring him out. I don't think he'd want us to. He hasn't called me. He hasn't asked to be bailed out. I know that he's where he wants to be because his feet have been steadfast to go to Jerusalem. He's been offered up as a sacrifice for all of us, for all who believe on him. And so he's in Father's hands. He knows he is, and that's where he wants to stay. And we're not going to try to intervene in that at all. The question has been asked, are there any children left on the compound? The children that were taken from our compound, the children that were taken from Strong City a week or so ago, I know wanted to be here. I haven't had any contact with them since they were gone, but I know that this is where they want to be. In my view, they were kidnapped by the state because they were kidnapped based on false allegations. CYFD didn't come in and try to question them and find out if they had been the victims of abuse, if they did not want to be here, if they were suffering any kind of negative circumstances. CYFD just came and took them. So I know that they want to come back here. And how they come back is up to God. God's got that in his hands. When they come back and when Michael comes back, it's just going to be an act of God. And we are watching now for God to move in that direction according to his will.